It all started with an event that could almost have gone unnoticed. On the 27th of February 2011, a young motorcyclist was savagely beaten by police officers near the main market in Damascus. And most unusually, protesters took to the streets of the capital in a rare show of defiance. The Interior Minister addressed the crowd in a bid to calm the protesters. The anger did subside, but American diplomats had taken note. Their conclusion was that the Arab Spring could sweep through Syria too. In Tunisia and in Egypt, Presidents Mubarak and Ben Ali had already fallen. A few days later, in early March, the city of Daraa became a flashpoint of unrest. 15 youths were thrown in jail after spraying graffiti on the grounds of their school. The words drawn said, "Dr. Assad, it's your turn now." The youths were tortured. Their parents demanded their release, but the regional governor, a cousin of Bashar al-Assad, responded, "Forget these boys and go home to your wives. They will give you more children, and if you're not capable of getting them pregnant, bring your women to us. We'll do it for you." Now, whether these words were ever really uttered is unclear, but this version of events spread across the country like wildfire and set passions alight. Syria was fertile ground for a revolution. Years of pent-up frustration with the regime, a recent drought that had badly affected the population, and parts of the country that had turned towards fundamentalist Islam. So the people did rise up. Massive peaceful protests sprung up across the country, and the regime quickly and brutally attempted to snuff it all out. From the summer of 2011 onward, the opposition began to take up arms. The revolution had now turned into a civil war. Some began to voice concerns over the possible use of chemical weapons. In Washington, Barack Obama made a statement that even close collaborators found surprising.
A red line for us is we start seeing a whole bunch of chemical weapons moving around or being utilized. That would change my calculus.
On the 21st of August 2013, there was a massive sarin gas attack in a suburb of Damascus. The opposition and Western powers said the Assad regime was responsible and that 1,500 people had died. The US, supported by France, prepared to launch airstrikes on Syria.
La France est prête à punir ceux qui ont pris la décision infâme de gazer des innocents.
Yet, at the last minute, Barack Obama did an about-turn. Russia entered the fray and fully supported the regime, sending troops into Syria. Assad also had the support of Iran and Hezbollah. The opposition began to shatter and flounder. Islamists gained ground, only to later themselves be weakened. Bashar al-Assad, the man written off as being certain to fall 10 years ago, still remains in power, and there's no prospect of that changing for now.